Hey everyone, this is Russell with Artisan Cutlery and CGRB, and I have something great on the table today. This is actually a re-release of one of our most well-recognized models, the Artisan Cutlery Proponent, designed by Mr. Dirk Pinkerton. As you can tell, this knife is quite recognizable from its almost broken sword aesthetic. This is an absolutely monstrous knife. And I know I don't have the largest hands, but this is big. This is a 4-inch blade with very substantially thick stock, a monstrous Warncliffe, and a nice chunky handle for those gentlemen with larger hands. This seems to fit really nice. Even in my relatively small hands, this is a very comfortable knife. But just the size of this guy. Look at this. Look at that. I'll even pull out one of our other larger knives, the Tigress. Tigress has got a bit more blade, but it does not have the same stock or same thickness. This is a big boy. And I can see why a lot of people love it. This one, you're really not looking at a knife that you're going to be like, oh, that's kind of, light duty. No, this is something you can use for some very heavy work. In fact, Outer Limitless, Eric from Outer Limitless, did a wonderful video where he did some absolutely unreasonable torture testing on one of the full titanium versions of this knife, and it held up incredibly well. Even I was looking at it sweating for a bit because I'm like, oh man, no, it held up great. So we have redone this version. So we put out a G10 version before. We did a blue, a green, and a black version, but we finally did a all blacked out tactical version of this knife. And just that nice, fairly matte PVD. It's got a little shine in the chamfer right there. It's a little something. That one bit of red pivot for accent. Nice open construction. A clip that is only made for this model because it's just so huge. And of course, the cool thing about this guy, because if you really want to do some real work, comes this hardened steel pin. Just slide that in there and screw it in, and the knife no longer closes. Just sits solidly on that pin, and you to fail the lock, you actually have to break this pin or break the entire knife. It holds it together really well. It's super simple and it works. Just take that guy out, and of course it works with the knife in the closed position as well. Close up the knife, put the pin in, screw it in, and now it doesn't open without that pin coming out. Just in case you're a little bit concerned about this massive knife coming open in your pocket. Oh, so good. The action on this guy is on nice smooth ceramic ball bearing, so even though it's a giant knife, it has nice buttery smooth action. Thumb studs work great. Flipper is exceptional. And with this nice full construction, full liners, all blacked out, contour G10, milled G10. So we have these nice little accents here to add a little bit of extra grip and surface area. Gives you a bit of reference there. But the G10 is nice and grippy. So your standard pyramid style G10. This knife is very robust, very cool, and just packs a ton of character. And as with many of Dirk's designs, I cannot state how much I love his design language, because it's like, okay, it looks simple. But in hand, it feels great. I don't know what kind of magic Dirk does with his handles, because this, by all rights, is a simple looking handle, and yet, it's very comfortable. This feels really nice in the hand. Man. Clips are large enough that doesn't really give you a huge hot spot. It's just wide, so you don't really have any single point sticking into your hand. This feels good. Feels like you really just chop a coconut with this guy. I'm pretty sure it would do it just fine too. So that is the Artisan Proponent, now in a tactical all black version. Oh, so heavy, even move my background. Thank you so much, guys. Have a good one.